Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we are playing another deck donation. This deck is from Urza's Tower, and we are playing Simic Monster Tron. Monster Tron has just been popping off a lot recently, with the addition of Pinnacle Killship, but people finally settled on a pretty good list that's been working a lot. Monster Tron has actually been doing quite well in the format, and definitely is the Tron deck to beat at the moment. That said, Bonder's Ornament was just unbanned, and is a card that was traditionally really good in Tron decks, or just slow control decks in general, so we'll see how this shakes up the format. So we get to try out the new/old Bonder's Ornament, play our monster cards like Pinnacle Killship, Boulder Branch Golem, Brambleworm, and Maelstrom Colossus, but we're splashing blue, which gives us three key things. We get much more card draw with Mulldrifter, we get to reuse our ETBs off of our cards with Ghostly Flicker, which can of course be comboed with Mulldrifter to draw more cards, Boulder Branch Golem or Brambleworm to gain more life, or Pinnacle Killship to be removal, or just little bits of value with Prophetic Prism or Candy Trail to gain cards and to scry a little bit. We also get Brainstorm, which is card selection, but also almost a way to cheat mana as we can set up the top of our deck so that we can Maelstrom Colossus into the perfect 7-drop. Then of course we have 4 Expedition map and 2 World maps to make sure we hit our Tron lands, 2 Relic of Progenitus to deal with opposing graveyards, all of our Tron lands, 3 islands, a forest, a Conduit Pylons, and 2 Bountiful Landscape, which can both fix our mana or fetch and shuffle away our Brainstorm if we don't have a Maelstrom Colossus to play. And then our sideboard, 2 more relics, a Staunch Throne Guard, which we also have with an Avenging Hunter in case we go up against another slow deck and we want to really draw things out, to Glamour and Monstrous Emergence as removal, and Hydroblasts for any of those pesky red decks. So, very excited to try this out. I think the deck looks sweet. Let's take it for a league and see how we do. Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring this video. I've written a comprehensive guide on how to play White Weenie in Pauper, including my ideal stock list, over 30 sideboard matchups, and a sideboard cheat sheet, which gives you a very easy snapshot view and what to sideboard for every single matchup. I also have guides for Black Sack and Esper Affinity. Each guide is only $15, and if you buy one, you will get all future updates that I ever make to that guide for free. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in upping your Pauper game for any of the decks that I'm very proficient in, or if you're interested in having me play your deck in a future video, you can do a deck donation, which is the only way you'll ever see me playing Cycle Storm or Flicker Tron. Alright, we're on the draw here, but we have 2 Tron lands, we have 2 Candy Trails to help find our final Tron land, or ideally some blue mana as well. We are against Fairy Miscreant, so I wonder what they could be playing. Oh look, it's Fairy Miscreant. We get a Brambleworm, let's just lead on our Candy Trail. We get double map. I mean, I guess we keep 1 map and put the other on the bottom. Next turn we can play Candy Trail plus map. If they spell stutter, we'll go for the Candy Trail first, so hopefully they'll spell stutter that. If anything, we can have Tron the next turn, although currently we don't have anything to do with Tron without a way to make colored mana, but we can start cracking Candy Trails and that could be pretty good. They're going to Moon Circuit Hacker, so we don't have to be worried about the spell stutter. And replay the Fairy Miscreant. So we'll play a Candy Trail. We have a Power Plant and an Island, so Island is great. Would love to draw that. We'll get rid of the Power Plant. Probably doesn't matter because we'll probably have shuffled by then anyway. We'll play a map past the turn. I think pretty decent start from us. Not a bad start from them either. I mean, ours is a bit slow, so depending on what they do here, could be a bit of trouble. They have another Ninja for the Fairy Miscreant. Luckily, they're not getting value off the Miscreant, but obviously the Ninjas are pretty good. Discarding a Snap, replay Miscreant. So we get Island, so I can crack map, get Tron, and then I can start cracking Candy Trails. It's probably the best thing to do. My alternative is like play the Island, but then I'm going to Brainstorm into crack the Expedition map. Next turn I have 8 mana, and I set up my hand a little bit better. Also I use a blue mana. I guess that's not terrible, but I kind of think we just crack this. We're going for a Mine, play that, and just pass. They're going to swing for 5, unless they have another Ninja here. 5 seems to be good enough. I mean, if we could find a Maelstrom Colossus and, like, make it so they can't counter just one thing, we could be in a really good spot. We're gaining some life from these, but if we do just kind of, like, Mulldrifter and they counter it, and then we Brambleworm and they counter it, like, we could be in some trouble. Can't even Brambleworm yet, obviously, if we don't have green, so we'll see. They're going to pitch and have 1 mind and just pass because they're holding up double counter, I guess. Crack a Candy Trail. Bountiful Landscape can get green for a Brambleworm, although that means I'm casting nothing this turn, which means I could just crack the Trail. Even if I want to play Mulldrifter this turn, I might as well crack Trail. So let's just start with that and see what we get. Power Plant. Yeah, so I think we might as well play this and just cast a Mulldrifter, knowing it'll probably get countered. But then next turn I can brainstorm into shuffle for the green. Hopefully draw something else I can play. Flash in a spell stutter. There's an of one mind. Swing for 6. They're going to make it 7, picking up the spell stutter, which means they have lethal next turn. If I don't gain any more life, that is, which currently I can't. If all I have is brainstorm, they just spell stutter that and I die. So that would be unfortunate if we don't draw anything else. Bonder's Ornament can draw us 1 card. Oh, but it makes green. So if I cast that and they don't counter it, I could Brambleworm. Okay. If they do counter it, I guess I can... Well, I'm not dead unless they have a ninja. Okay, so there's the Ornament. I kind of want to brainstorm, and then that entices them to do a spell stutter, and then I can Brambleworm. Because if they counter the Brambleworm, I can get off a brainstorm, but then I die to another ninja. So yeah, I think we do this, try to bait the counter. They do go for it. Play a power plant. And cast a Brambleworm. Gain 5. They could have a snap or something, but the life gain is really good. And if they just have like a way to tap it or something, then it's still around for a Ghostly Flicker. They have a Fairy Seer. Scry 2. Both to the bottom of one mind. Swing with the team. I get to block. That's cool. So I could block a ninja. That could open up a ninja to pick up the Spell Stutter, but there's no guarantee of that. Spell Stutter does counter a Ghostly Flicker at the moment. So I guess that's a reason to block the Spell Stutter, but then they just draw another. I feel like I have to... every damage matters a little bit here. So I think I just eat a ninja. They snap their own ninja. Interesting. So they don't have another ninja, or they just want to keep it around. So untap, then they get to pick up the Spell Stutter, I assume. Hit for 7. Yup. Draw some cards. They discard an island, and for cleanup, they discard a Mantle of Tides. +1/+2, whenever you draw your second card, attach it to target creature you control. We drew a plant, which is pretty bad. So that means all we really have is Brambleworm and Ghostly Flicker, which probably means I play Brambleworm, and if they counter it, then I can just flicker the worm to gain 5 so I don't die. So let's try that. There's a counter spell. Okay, so I get to attack for 7. I mean, we're not in a great spot, but I get to attack for 7 here. Flicker the worm and the Bonder's Ornament. And then I can also exile our Brambleworm from our grave to gain another 5, which means we have no risk of dying. And if we can find something like a Maelstrom Colossus, we might be okay. Fairy Seer. Scry both to the bottom. Swing again. We will block a ninja. They got another ninja for the Fairy Seer. Discard another Mantle of Tides. Play an island. We will exile this worm from our grave. We get another landscape. So I'm going to probably play one and crack it, but I might as well just draw a card off this Ornament. We got a kill ship. They probably have a blocker for it. And a counterspell for it. But what else are we going to do? We'll cast it. I guess we've already seen 2 counterspells, 2 hard ones, so maybe they haven't found any others. And they haven't. Alright, I get to blow up a Ninja the Deep Hours, and I think we just station right away. It's 1 blocker that I have for anything either way. I could leave the Brambleworm as a blocker because if they snap this, then I can gain life, but if they snap this, then I can blow up another creature, so I don't know if there's one that's really better or worse. And if they don't have any way to get rid of it, then next turn I have 2 creatures, which actually could threaten lethal on them. We're at 9. They only have 6 power right now, so they would need to like flash in at least 1 spell stutter and have 2 ninjas to be able to deal lethal, or just have like a mutagenic growth, but that's not super common in fairies at the moment. All right, there's a Brine Barrow. That is 1 power. They will also need to have a way to get rid of this, though. So they need 2 more power and a removal spell, which they could definitely have. There's 1 more power, so now they need spell stutter and like a snap or something, or a ninja and a snap, Brine Barrow and a snap. Okay, well, we are now dead to any removal spell. Fairy Seer, 2 to the bottom. Snap on the kill ship. That's going to do it. We were close to stabilizing. We just had a very slow start, and I think the only 1 color of mana for a while kind of screwed us up. I mean, Monstrous Emergence seems okay. We don't need relics. Nothing else seems very good. I don't really want to play emblems that they can steal. Boulder Branch doesn't block as well. Maybe we cut a couple of those. All right, we're on the play this time, and we don't have natural Tron despite having 4 Tron lands, and we don't have any colored mana, so I think that's a mulligan. We have literally nothing to play. This one seems better. Get rid of this landscape. No, landscape can be green mana. Oh, we need Tron lands and blue and green. I mean, I guess Ghostly Flicker isn't good till later, so let's just try to keep what's good now. I probably want to lead on a Tron land, but part of me also wants to lead on like a landscape with a Candy Trail, because then I can brainstorm and then sack to shuffle. But then it's going to be turn 5 before we can get any of these all down. I think we start the landscape because we're going to want one colored land source anyway. We can go from there. Start with the Candy Trail. Some big guys, but we currently don't have Tron, so I kind of think I get rid of the Boulder Branch, which isn't as good, and we'll just keep the Bramble Worm. Maybe I should just get rid of both. I don't know. Start with the Fairies here. I mean, I kind of just want to play Island Brainstorm, but then we're going to be even slower deploying our guys than we were last time, although we're on the play, so that helps a little bit. I guess for now we should just play a tower, crack the Candy Trail, then next turn I can crack this for green. We'll see if I want to brainstorm. They could leave up mana, so then I can't do that with Spellstutter Sprite, but then they're not ninjaing, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, they are just going to pass. Okay, we found Tron. Prism's really good, but that probably gets Spellstuttered, so I think I just pass here. I crack Landscape for green, which means we're wasting the shuffle from the Brainstorm, but lets us play Brambleworm next turn, which is pretty good. They ponder and shuffle their library. Swing with the Seer, no Ninja. Crack Landscape, pull out a Forest, another Brainstorm. I guess I could play Island and I could Brainstorm, and if they Spellstutter that, then I get to Prism and Brainstorm again, which is not bad, because my alternative is just playing a Brambleworm, which they could just have a counterspell for. So I kind of like that, actually. Let's go for a Brainstorm. If they just let it resolve, that's also fine. Yeah, there's the Spellstutter. They can't resist. Play a Prism, draw a card. We'll just Brainstorm now while they're tapped out. I was hoping to find like a Maelstrom Colossus or something good to put on top. Could potentially shuffle away one of these, which I guess would be the mine. Next turn, I'm going to have enough mana to Bonder's Ornament into Brambleworm if they don't counterspell. That could be pretty good. Although that would mean I'm not Candy Trailing, which means I'm drawing another land the next turn, which I don't love. Start with the Ponder. They swing with both and just pass. So a Spellstutter would counter a Bonder's Ornament. I mean, Bonder's Ornament almost seems better than a Brambleworm, to be honest. I think we start with Candy Trail, and if they Spellstutter it, then I get Brambleworm through. And if they don't, then that's fine. I guess they could have like an annul for it, but that's also fine. Alright, Trail resolves. So get rid of the mine. We can keep the Kill Ship, which I could play next turn, which isn't a creature if the Brambleworm gets countered, but it's just another thing to play alongside the Bonder's Ornament next turn, so I think that's fine. Let's go for the Worm. They have a counter spell for that, and we'll pass. They didn't have a Ninja, which is nice, because they could have had a Moonstrucker Hacker or something, but Flash and a Brine Barrow. Mostly just a creature here. They swing. No Ninja still is good. So Kill Ship blows up 1/1, which is not bad, but honestly, I think I'd rather get the Bonder's Ornament to resolve, so I think we're going to start with the Kill Ship, and then if they counter that, then maybe I can resolve the Ornament, which will draw us a card every single turn, and if not, that's still fine. They're going to snap the Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. Well, if I play the Ornament, they would need 2 Spellstutters to counter it now, unless they just have a regular counter spell, so I think we're going to do that. If we know one of their cards is a Spellstutter, but if one of their other 2 is another, then they can do both, but that seems less likely. And it's not the case, so that resolves and is really good for us, because it's expensive, 4 mana, but like we're essentially drawing 2 cards a turn now. We have 8 mana still after that to be able to cast whatever we draw. They're just going to pass. We have 3 mana here, so I thought I should just use our Brambleworm rather than our Candy Trail. We draw another Brambleworm. We'll cast that. And they concede. They don't have an answer to that. We'd gained 5. We turned the Pinnacle Kill Ship on. We started attacking with that, and we were way ahead. So we get that game 2. Didn't even need any of our emergences. They are more susceptible. Like having more load drops is more susceptible to Spellstutters. So I almost don't know if I need all of these. Boulder Branch is still decent. Maybe we'll do like 2 and 2. Certainly better than the relics, but not sure it's better than our creatures. Because I'd rather just brute force with a whole bunch of expensive guys and make it so that they run out of hard counter spells and the spell stutters are kind of useless, like we just saw there. If they get a draw with like a nulls and stuff like that, it could be harder to make them run out of counter spells, but we'll do our best. All right, here we have 2 Tron lands and landscape, which could find green or blue. I mean, Emergence is not that good. Muldrifter could be decent. This doesn't really feel like the best hand. And the Killship's okay, but not the best. I think we mulligan that. This feels a little better, although Brainstorm could get us locked here, but I think we keep it and get rid of the Ghostly Flicker, I guess. We need green for both of these, but we'll be looking for it. They start with a Ponder, and they shuffle off of that. We get a tower, so we just have natural Tron. That's great. So I could Brainstorm, but to be honest, we're probably just going to play land after land after land and not do anything about our Brainstorm, so we'd just be cycling it now. So I kind of feel like we just wait on it, and we just accept that we're kind of just going to play nothing for the next couple turns. They just play an island, though, so that's decent. Prism is pretty good. Since they don't have a fairy, I can play this without fear of losing it to a Spell Stutter Sprite. So I think I'm going to do that. They could Spell Pierce, Annul, Counterspell it, and I wouldn't prefer that because I want the green mana, but at least they can't Spell Stutter and get the extra value. And they let it resolve, which maybe they don't have a Counterspell, or maybe they have a Spell Stutter and they want to get that down, or a Brine Bearer or something, so that they can get a Ninja going, which looks like might be the case here. Mantle of Tides. So remember, +1/+2, whenever you draw your second card each turn, attach this to target creature you control, so they're going to Ninja, and then it'll auto-attach after the fact, but they're going Shields down, which we can probably do something good here. I mean, resolve Brambleworm at the very least, but Expedition Map. See, I can Ghostly Flicker the Prism and the Tower to go equal and just draw a card, so I'd just be cycling the Ghostly Flicker for free. Not terrible. I could just Emergence this. So I could resolve a Brambleworm, but honestly, while they don't have Spell Stutter up, I kind of want to resolve some of these. So Emergence to shoot this, and then I could play Expedition Map, or I could just like Brainstorm. Probably want to use up some colored mana. I either need to kill this or play a blocker, but if I play a blocker, they'll probably have a snap for it, I feel like. So I think I want to kill it. Yeah, and Brainstorm is an instant, so it's easier to get around the Spell Stutter. So I think I do this, and I play Emergence, reveal a creature card from your hand, deal that 7, then I play the map, and then I just pass, and I can crack it at instant speed, because I might want to just to grab a land, like a green source or something, or I could just crack it, or I could save it so that I could crack it with a Brainstorm later, which I don't exactly know. I might want to do that, but as long as they don't have ninjas going, they have to do something proactive, otherwise we get to just keep building up our mana, which is a lot better for us than it is for them. If they just pass here, I think I just crack the map, find probably Conduit Pylons. I could use more colored mana. Alright, they are just going to pass. Yeah, let's crack the map. I think we have enough mana, so yeah, let's just go for the Pylons here. Power Plant makes that an even better choice. So I could play Brambleworm. They probably just counter it. Let's go Island. Yeah, I think we cast it. Probably gets a counter spell, but we'll have to work through them at some point. If not, it's just, okay, gain 5, and maybe they have to snap it or something. They don't do anything on their end step. Okay. 3 mana of One Mind. That's when you know they're in a rough spot. Also, this triggers, but they have nothing to attach it to. Could Brainstorm, but I know they have a Spell Stutter. Let's just start with the Pylons. Killship seems medium. It would be a big guy, but currently they don't have any creatures, but they will eventually. I think it's fine to keep. We're going to swing and just pass. No reason to play anything into their creatures, I don't think. I could Brainstorm here. I think it's probably worth getting off. Double Killship. Might want to put back like a Mine. Prism. When they go to attack, I could Ghostly Flicker the Brambleworm and the Prism just to block the Sprite. I think we'd probably do that just because it puts them under some pressure to do something. And if they do, then I might have more mana to resolve like a Killship. So yeah, I think we might as well. So they could counter this, or they could like snap the Brambleworm. Either one is not that bad for us. If they don't have anything, I get to just eat the Spell Stutter. Gain 5, draw a card. They're going to Deprive. Hey, I'm a big fan of Deprive. Haven't tried it in Fairies, but I like it a lot in Terror. Okay, that works. They got a Moon Circuit Hacker. Hit for 2. Mantle attaches. Weakstone's Subjugation. Well, I was going to save Ghostly Flicker potentially for like untapping or like flickering, something like that, but that's okay. We know the top card of our deck. Can't do anything about it, so I might as well just play this first. See if they want to do anything about it. Play a mine, and then we'll kill ship. Blow up their guy. Flash in Spell Stutter. Swing with it. They have another ninja. Draw a card. Mantle goes on there. Play a Miscreant. Pass. We're going to play a kill ship. If they want to counter that, then I get to resolve the Mulldrifter, which is probably even better. If not, Ninja goes bye-bye. And we'll still see about getting a Mulldrifter off. They do have the counter spell. They just didn't care about these guys blowing up a ninja. Okay, fair enough. Probably means they have more ninjas. Feels like otherwise they would care about it, but yep, there's another one. I mean, we got to draw well, but we have a lot of cards that are good to draw and tons of mana. Forest doesn't do it. I'll just pass here. We could lose. I'm hoping we just get like a Maelstrom Colossus, which we haven't seen all match, or something that resolves that can power up a kill ship, which could power up the next kill ship. They're going to draw a card, ponder. Another Miscreant actually draws a card this time. We get a Candy Trail. We know they have a Spell Stutter Sprite in hands, though, so that's useless for now. So we'll pass. We have a 2-turn clock, and by that I mean we have one more turn. They have another Ninja for a Miscreant. Draw a bunch. Replay Miscreant of one mind. And they ponder. I mean, they only have one counter spell up, probably, unless they have 2 annuls. So maybe we can get something here. Nope. We draw an island. I guess we'll cast the Candy Trail, hoping they think it's bait. Okay, that does resolve. If we can find like a Colossus. No, kill ship blows up one thing. That doesn't save us. We're at 8 with this. That's 8 damage, so I could get the Prism, which draws another card. Might as well just save the mana, though. So yeah, I'll put these both on bottom and hope. Draw into something good. We did hit the Colossus. We'll cast that. Give me something else good, please. Brainstorm is medium. They could Spell Stutter that, or could just counter this, which, if Brainstorm's really good, decent, medium, then they counter this, then it's not great. That resolves. I'll station this, and then we might as well station this. I will cast a world map. Then I could emergence, but we know they have the Spell Stutter, which they just saved the whole time. But if they have one spell to bounce this, we still die. If this was an instant, it'd be really good. I mean, I could cast it, but then they just know we have nothing else to do. I mean, I guess we might as well. Our Brambleworm will try to punch this ninja. They'll Spell Stutter it. And they have another Weak Stone Subjugation. Tap this down. Get in for lethal. There were a lot of turns in the middle there where we just didn't have anything to do. I'm not exactly sure if we just got unlucky, they got lucky, or maybe we played wrong. I could have held the Ghostly Flicker, didn't need to use it then, and then when they did the Weak Stone Subjugation, I could go for it at that point, but they still had Counterspell mana up, so I would have had to wait a while. It's possible that was where we made a mistake, though. Alright, we're on the play here. We have Natural Tron into Prism, into other stuff. This hand is pretty good. Candy Trail. With the Prophetic Prism, we can cast all of these. The only downside is that we're not setting up our Colossus to like cascade into them, but I think just slamming these one after another is going to be really good. They are on something Gardens. Play a Prism, draw a card. Lembus, another Prism. I could kill ship this plant. It's not obviously amazing, but then this is protected from some sorcery speed removal like Tithing Blade, and can attack past next plant. Plus it could be relevant. I think that's better than just Brambleworming, to be honest. And if they, obviously wanted to sacrifice that, that's good too. Wellspring. Colossus will be good. Here we will play a Brambleworm. Gain 5 life. They didn't respond to the life gain by destroying the kill ship, so that's something. Or by killing the They could respond to the life gain trigger, killing the Brambleworm so that it couldn't station the kill ship, is what I mean to say. Heritage Reclamation. Okay, well, we got in for 7. That's a lot of damage. And Bojuka Bog, not a big deal. Unless they have a Snuff Out, looks like we might be able to get in for another 7 here. Okay. I would love to find another land that can give me a Maelstrom Colossus, and I can Brainstorm to maybe set it up. We didn't get a land that taps for 2, so I can't Colossus here. I could cast a Brambleworm, but to be honest, I'd rather set it up with a Colossus. But if I'm not casting the Brambleworm, all I'm doing is drawing cards, which means I'm not setting it up. We'll just play the Brambleworm. It's fine. Make sure we have the mana for it. Oh, we don't, because I had to use the blue for this, which means I actually can't play Brambleworm, so I should just set that up, I guess. I don't know. We'll do this. I might as well just draw. Let's play a Prism. Fix all our mana problems. We'll play this. I know I'm getting through the Brambleworm. Then we'll play a Pylons. I can't set up that worm because of these guys. So I actually want that in our grave, I guess, for some free life gain. That doesn't really matter. We'll just keep the beats coming, I guess. Swing for 7. Pass the turn. They're going to draw 3 off their Wellspring. They're going to draw 2 more. If they have an untapped land, they can survive with a Campfire or a Snuff Out. There it is. Pass. We'll crack the Candy Trail. Discard. Ooh, Expedition Map. Just cycles, essentially, for a tower. Same amount of mana this turn, but we get more later. We'll play a Colossus. Do a Ghostly Flicker. I guess I'll just draw 2. I could make 6 mana, but that's actually not enough to do anything with. Otherwise, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, we'll just draw 2. Swing for 7. Pass. Viscerator's Insight the Lembus. Looking desperately for some more removal spells. And we take that first game. I mean, this is definitely the matchup for Avenging Hunter and Throne Guard. Relics probably are okay, but not super needed. The Glamours would be medium. I don't think this is a matchup where we're going to, like, mill out, since we're not, like, a combo Tron, so I'm not worried about their Campfires recycling their cards. So I think we just take those out for our Emblem Makers. All right, this is not natural Tron or even assisted Tron, but it is 4 lands with a colored mana. Like, I think we're going to keep this. I mean, kill ships, I guess, are pretty bad against them because there's not a lot to kill, but still. Play an Expedition Map and pass. Boulder Branch is decent. Cycle a Troll for a Haunted Mire. Nutrient Block. Oh, we might be against Pestilence here. Oh, and we draw the Urza's Mine. Never didn't have it. Didn't even realize it was Food Gardens. I thought it was just the regular type. I guess Heritage Reclamation isn't usually played in the regular one, but that's okay. I think our sideboard would be pretty much the same. Maybe we would have brought in some of the Deglammers, but that's okay. Get Power Plant here, and probably just start slamming Boulder Branch Golems. Well, just the one. Yeah, so I don't mind playing like kill ships. Like, even if there's nothing to kill, I wouldn't mind playing it. But then following up with the Boulder Branch, can't immediately station it. I mean, the Maelstrom Colossus could, so maybe that's good enough. This is almost as much damage. And if they do play a creature, which, you know, they could have more creatures with the Cauldron Familiars and stuff, maybe the kill ships will be more useful. Let's just swing for 6. They're going to Edict us. We'll sack this one. Use their Campfire. I will Candy Trail to try to set up our Colossus into a kill ship. I mean, yeah, that's not bad. Prism seems fine too. Kill ship will kill nothing, but I can just station it right away, which is still decent. And better than just getting the 2-drop for free. Alright, we'll pass. They Fanatical, another Nutrient Block. Cast down the kill ship. And another block. So I'll play a Prism. Expedition Map. We're going to play a kill ship. And might as well just sack this map for a tower, I think. For some more mana. Play another kill ship. Deal nothing to anything. This can't attack, and I don't want to waste 7 damage, so we'll just swing in. When this can attack next turn, I can station this, and it's not going to lose me any damage, so I'll probably just do that. Play Wellspring. Sack the Nutrient Block for some life. Bajuka Bog. And Campfire. Let's crack Candy Trail for a Throne Guard. Pay 5 for that, plus I can play a kill ship. Okay. So I am the Monarch. Plus I will play a kill ship. And then I can station the one that just entered with this guy. And then I can station the one that didn't just enter with this guy. So I can still swing for 7. And now we have an army and the Monarch. Seems pretty good. And now we could get the initiative. Currently, this is the first time I've played this matchup, but this seems highly favorable for us. They just simply don't have enough removal spells, and our guys are all enormous. They haven't found a Cauldron Familiar, which would help chump the Colossus, but our Flyers and our Tramplers help that a lot too. They cast a Troll Khazad-dûm. I'm fresh out of kill ships, but I think we'll be alright. They map onto it to make it big enough to trade with the Colossus, but they're still just taking 16 around that. So I guess a Snuff Out maybe can keep them alive. Alright, we win the match. Very nice. Alright, this hand looks bad. We're going to get rid of it. Too many Brainstorms, not enough lands. This one, we have Prism for colors. We only have 1 Power Plant, but I think we'll keep this. Get rid of the Ghostly Flicker. Flicker can be 1 redraw if we need it. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of the Flicker. We just need other things before it's going to be that good. If we're lucky, there's some graveyard deck where Relic's going to ruin them right away. In game 1, some Dredge or something. Land Grant, but it's just elves, so not Spy, where this is going to be really good. Play a Mystic. Quirion, I mean, their hand's fine. Start with a Relic and pass. Cycle a Generous Ent. Play an Elvish Mystic and a Llanowar Elves. Get a Colossus. I mean, we don't have much else to do but just go for the Prism. Hoping we find some other Tron lands along the way that we could play the Bonder's Ornament and then really get into these big guys. Island's better than nothing. No lands, that is. They do have a lot of mana here. 5, 6, 7 with the Quarian Ranger. They start with the Winding Way, finding double Priest and a Saga Wildling. That's pretty good. We're not playing any Breath Weapons, which feels right now like a mistake. I don't know if it's a mistake overall, but... So it looks like I should probably just play Island, Bonder's Ornament, and then I can Brainstorm. But to be honest, that doesn't get me closer to Tron this turn. And I'm still 2 turns away from it, and they're already going to be so far ahead. Unless if they have nothing else to spend their mana on beyond like this Wildling, we're going to be in trouble. So I kind of think I need to just Brainstorm now and try to hit try to hit both Tron lands, I guess. And then maybe I can land something next turn. I kind of think we have to do that. So even though the Bonder's Ornament would be decent, doesn't really progress what we need to happen. Well, we didn't hit what we wanted, but we do get a Candy Trail, so I can put 2 of these away. I mean, Kill Ship for removal is good, although we might be dead before we get to them. I guess we put back a Kill Ship and a Colossus. No, Brambleworm's got to be worse. Colossus, I guess. Candy Trail. Put both of those on the bottom. Play an island and pass. Sad day, not hitting any Tron lands there. They have a Generous End. Yeah, so that plus Sagu, we're pretty much dead next turn. Let alone what else they have. Like a Findhorn Elves, oh my gosh. They're going to attack. I'm just going to crack this Relic to draw a card since we have the mana for it. And I need to draw something, but I'm not sure what we can draw. We go to 16 here. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1 short of lethal. I guess we have a Candy Trail to crack. So yeah, I guess all we have here is Ornament into Candy Trail. We can almost naturally cast these guys. They went straight to combat. I don't know if that was intentional. They are just going to attack with everything. And without Breath Weapon or any way to gain an enormous amount of life. I mean, Brambleworm's good, but I think we're just going to die. There's the Power Plant finally. No crop rotation in the deck, otherwise that would be another answer. I got to just Brainstorm. Candy Trail. Nope. Just a really awkward draw, unfortunately. We were really close. This is where we need some Monstrous Emergences. Don't need relics. It can get rid of the Vandal, Masked Vandal, like hitting something, but I don't think that's good enough. Because the Flicker, on the other hand, could be used for the same thing. It could be decent. Boulder Branch is kind of mid. Chump blocked, and the life gain isn't super relevant unless we get into a position like that. So I think we cut those. All right. Here we have double Emergence, although no green mana. Unless I use Map to find it, and that seems bad. Ugh. But if I use Map to find just 1 Tron land, I only need 1 other one for the Colossus. Well, I have to keep first. I mean, double Emergence feels like I can't get rid of it, but this does not feel great. I'm going to give it a try. All right, they mulligan to 3, so I think that might help us a little bit. Just minorly. Well, we'll lead on Map, and I assume they have a land and a 1-drop. That's so good. Prism. I could just kill this. No, I can't do that until I have green. Okay, well, the Prism means I don't need green mana from the map, which is great, so I can crack this for probably a tower. They Winding Way. I mean, that could draw them 4 cards, and look, it did. Mulligan to 3, and it's like it never even happened. Findhorn Elves, that was their last card because they didn't play Llanowar Elves, so I'll crack this for a tower. Another map. Okay, so I can do... Unless they draw a land naturally, they can't Avenging Hunter. Even if they can next turn, I can Colossus. I can't even Emergence them this turn. So yeah, we're just playing map, grabbing the mine. Quarian Ranger. Oh, I always forget how that works. Quarian Ranger is a ritual, so they do get to Avenging Hunter, which is pretty good. I'll grab a mine. They get their forest. We will cast Colossus. Find a Candy Trail. Not quite what I wanted. Brambleworm's decent. Don't really need another Prism. I guess second Prism lets me... I have 8 mana next turn. I could double Prism, double Monstrous Emergence. That's something. Sure, we'll set that up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Although they can play a Generous Ent here. Yeah, I guess I'm killing the Hunter and the Generous Ent, probably. Oh, Timberwatch. They played that. Okay, that's gonna die then. They do attack with the Hunter, which will take... Play Prism, Play a Prism. Green, Monstrous Emergence. Creature you control to kill the Hunter. So this way they'd have to... Because they could untap this if I attacked. We need to kill the Timberwatch. So this way they have to chump block to keep the initiative, which they do. I mean, they still trap us. We're at 8, which is not great. I guess I get to Brambleworm next turn. They're going to play a Gent, though. There it is. Swing for 3. It's Brainstorm. We get a Conduit Pylons. I could just kill ship to kill the Generosent. Attack. They probably untap a guy. If they get like a Hydra or something, I could die. It's probably better to just play the Brambleworm then. Yeah, I'll put these both on top just because I can't play them fast enough. I don't think I actually want to surveil one to the graveyard, though. Yeah, so I'll swing here. They just block with the Generosent rather than untapping something else. That's crazy to me, but I'll take it. Make green, play a Brambleworm, and a Candy Trail. But again, I think we'll just leave these because removal spells seem pretty good. They do get to go to the archives, but I can probably stop them from getting further since I have a Brambleworm and I have a kill ship on top. Yeah, and they just have a bunch of 1/1s and a Timberwatch, which I can kill. Kill ship the Timberwatch. Swing. They take it. I have a kill ship I'm about to draw, so I think I want to Candy Trail to draw it. And then I'll search for... Might as well be a forest. It can be any color anyway. Pass the turn. They get a Priest. I guess they get to go to the Throne of the Dead 3. They could do that regardless, but I could have left back a Colossus to block, but they swing for 5. I mean, it gets hexproof, so if they get a big Generosent or something, it could be problematic. Avenging Hunter, sure. I can Ghostly Flicker or Kill Ship on their turn to kill the Hunter, so that's kind of cool. Oh, also, they don't have reach. I can just fly over and kill them with a Kill Ship. Perfect. They have a food, though. Should have thought about that. I should have played Kill Ship first. Because I could have played this one, which could have then stationed this one, but whatever. We're playing a little sloppy here, but I should be alright. Attacking with the Brambleworm forces them to block with a Hunter. They get to Forge, but I can always Ghostly Flicker 2 kill ships to blow up 2 guys. So I should be fine, even if they get like a Hydra or something. Block there. So I could have also flickered the not the Hydra, the Worm. I guess Worm's in graveyard, so I can always just use that as well if I need. Forge, why not? Couple counters on the flyer. We'll pass the turn. Yeah, I think we're fine. Like I said, little sloppy and potentially riskier because they have 6 damage and we're at 8. But yeah, unless they drew the perfect card, and even if they did, Ghostly Flicker, kill 2 of their guys should keep us alive. I guess Avenging Hunter might be worth bringing in because they're gonna have it anyway. Over a Boulder Branch. I think that's probably better. Just having a way to take it if we can't get through, if they have like Reachers or we don't have Trample or something could be good. This one's pretty decent, but the world map instead of Expedition map is really awkward here. I think we're going to keep it though. We're on the draw. I have a Prism to play. Yeah, okay, we got a tower. I mean, it's worse than just getting Natural Tron, but at least we can crack the map if we need to on turn 3, assuming it doesn't get vandaled away or something. They have a land grant for a forest. Play, what, Llanowar Elves, Quarian Ranger here. No, they're going to leave the Quarian in hand. So they can cycle Generosent. They'll have 4 next turn. That's fine. We'll do a Mine and just play Prism. Colossus. We can do that on turn 4. Cycle their End for a forest. Another land grant. They played Timberwatch Elf. Can't quite blow that up unless I top deck up Power Plant. Oh, look at that. What a beautiful draw. Let's kill ship this. They can play an Avenging Hunter, but then I actually get to take it because I have a kill ship. So I can Colossus, station, fly over, take the initiative. That's actually really good for us. There's the Hunter. Plus I can Brainstorm first. So I can even set up another kill ship. All right, now we're cooking. Now this is pod racing. Here's a Brainstorm. Put back, I guess, map and kill ship. Actually, I could have played the map. Whatever. Now we'll play the Colossus. Into a kill ship. Cast it. Blow up the Hunter. Station this one. Then station this one. Then swing for 7. Take the initiative. Unless they got triple Vandal in their pocket, I don't think they're going to stop us now. And to think we were worried that we'd have to crack this world map. They go for a Winding Way. Turn up Timberwatch, Llanowar Elves. That's not going to cut it. Priest. Llanowar. Quarian. I can just fly over for lethal. Forge here, and we win the match. Pretty sweet. All right, we got no lands here in our lands deck. This one is good enough. We have map to find our third land and second Tron land, and then world map to get there finally, which does mean, I mean, again, I think we're just getting rid of Ghostly Flicker. Flicker has been really good. I'm not saying it's not good enough or anything, but in an opening hand, it's just the one card that, like, we don't know how good it's going to be or if it's going to be good enough. We're playing against some other Tron deck. I would be very surprised, surprised, sarcasm, if they're playing Bonder's Ornament. Sure, we'll see one of those. Start with the Expedition map. They have another Candy Trail. Scry 2 to the top, but looks like they found their land, but not this turn. That's kind of good for us. We got a forest, but not an island, unfortunately. Probably just play the Urza's Tower, crack our Expedition map for a mine or a power plant. Doesn't really matter which. Oh, I guess world map costs 4 total. That's so much. So we're actually not going to be able to do this on time unless we top deck one of these. Like on turn 4, that is. Because here I can play a mine, I can play a world map, but that doesn't, I can't crack it yet. I mean, I guess I do it just in case we get lucky, but part of me wants to play like the landscape and crack that for blue, so we'd have the Muldrifter, but we'll probably have Muldrifter on turn 5 anyway, if not some other time. Well, they got Tron first, Golem Foundry, so their combo, and Relic's going to be pretty good against them. Candy Trail. I mean, I'd probably just find Power Plant, play that, then I can Candy Trail. That doesn't even matter this turn, so I'd probably just play Landscape, crack that for blue, and then I can crack the world map. This isn't a sorcery, is that? For some reason I was thinking it was or something. Alright, there's an Expedition map again. We'll exile it from the grave. Prophetic Prism, crack a Candy Trail, and Mere Retriever, filter for a Blood Fountain. It's a lot of artifacts for sure. So we'll search for the power plant, and I'll get my blue source as well. We get a prism, so we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So I probably just Candy Trail first, see if I find anything better than a Boulder Branch to play, because this just gets chump blocked. But it also blocks their Foundry, I guess. Oh, I didn't play the power plant first. That was very stupid. Just a bit of a brain fart. Let's put that on top. So I wasted 2 mana there, which means now that I just have 8 left, which means I can't crack the Candy Trail. So yeah, bit of a mistake. Still just play the Boulder Branch, exile their Candy Trail, and hold up Relic so we don't die to combo. But yeah, I could have played that or cracked the Candy Trail, or I could have played a Prophetic Prism, either one of which would have been better than nothing. They crack a Candy Trail, Conduit Pylons, keep it on top. Blood Token away a power plant. They want that card right now. It's a Fangren Marauder, it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's going to be a lot of life gain. Attack with these two. Kind of weird. I mean, they gain 5, but they're just throwing away a Golem for 1 damage and 5 life. I think I'm okay with that exchange. They're going to gain copious amounts of life anyway. I'm going to have to deal a ton at some point anyway. So I can play Muldrifter and Brambleworm, although then I'm not holding up Relic, and I probably should hold up Relic, because otherwise we could just die, which means I probably want to Brambleworm, because it can trample and stuff. Sure, so let's just Prism, Urza's Tower. That's enough mana to crack the Candy Trail too. I can attack with this Boulder Branch, because if they trade here, that's totally fine. I'll just play another big guy. So I'll crack a Candy Trail, draw a card. Yeah, they gain a bunch of life. Green, and then we'll Brambleworm here. The next turn I can Muldrifter and do something based on what we draw. I feel like we're in an okay spot, especially with Relic, but never know with these combo decks. And they could just have Rumble. Okay, I was going to say like Heritage Reclamation or some way to get rid of the Relic, and then I'll be dead. Map and a bunch of lands. They take the Haunted Fengraf. Conduit Pylons. Puts card back on top. Cram Session. Gain 4 life. They learn. Well, learn definitely. They can probably get like Origin of Metal Bending, which can blow up a Relic. They might not get that. Maybe they'll get some other card draw or something, but I would assume it's an option. Yeah, they take Water Bending Lesson instead. Tap for a bunch. Play the lesson. Sacrificing the spawn. Interesting. Pretty sure you can tap the spawn, tap Waterbend, so could have done that instead, but whatever. There's another Retriever. Haven't gotten rid of Relic yet, although I don't really have a great way to get rid of Retrievers to put them in the yard, except for, I guess, Kill Ship, Bountiful Landscape. Well, let's play a Muldrifter, see what we draw. Boulder Branch and a Brainstorm. Make blue to Brainstorm. Do not like what we're getting. I think I want to shuffle away with this landscape. We have enough colored mana that I'd probably just get rid of like Forest, Mine. So I guess I wouldn't play Boulder Branch then, because I want to hold up Relic, of course. If I do that, I can't shuffle. I could always shuffle in our upkeep, actually. Yeah, I think we just cast this. Although I'm wasting this mana, which I could use to Brainstorm, but whatever. It's fine. Swing. They're going to take it. It's 13. Look at that. They're still above starting. Another Rumble. Finds Energy Refractor, Prism, or a Mine. Choose the Energy Refractor. Play that. Viscerator's Insight, a Retriever. To bring back a Candy Trail. I'm pretty sure we just let that go. Don't crack the Relic. I'd rather get 2 Retrievers if I can. Or at least like get the Insight as well here, I guess. Replay Candy Trail. Play another Candy Trail. And they're going to pass, so we're going to shuffle. Get some more blue. Candy Trail. I think we'll start with a Brainstorm like, in case I want to Candy Trail away those 2 cards. Which we're not getting great ones. Yeah, I think I'll put back Map, Power Plant. Go for a Trail. Scry those to the bottom. Play Conduit Pylons to Surveil again. Get rid of this Forest. Crack our Candy Trail. They gain some life. We get a Bramble Worm. Make them exile a thing. This Ghostly Flicker now can make it so I can save my Relic from death. We'll attack for a bunch. They still have plenty left. We'll play a Bramble Worm and pass the turn. They're going to crack a Candy Trail, gaining 8 per. They're going to do it again. I could crack a Relic now. They have an Insight, a Retriever. But then if they just find another Retriever and an Altar, we just lose. So I think that's a bad idea. Another Golem Foundry. Bonder's Ornament. All right, we're going to hope we find ours at some point. So that just makes it very hard for them to use it effectively because they just draw us a card as well. Because this says each player who controls a permanent named Bonder's Ornament draws a card. There's a Cram Session. This time for Origin of Metal Bending. Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Sure. So if they try to blow up Relic, I'm going to flicker it with the Ghostly Flicker. Crop Rotation. They played the Fengraph. No attacks. I feel like I have to hold Ghostly Flicker to protect this Relic. Crack the Haunted Fengraph. That's not going to make me crack the Relic, although they do get back their Retriever. And they cast that. A lot of Golems. It's going to make it hard to attack them. We just get a Mine. Definitely want to just draw a bunch with the Ghostly Flickers, but I don't think that's going to be very good. Double Bramble Worm. I guess they could just make Golems and block. And they gain life for the Golems dying. Oh my god. Well, we'll swing for 2. I guess they'll mill out before we do. So that's a win-con, theoretically. They're going to make a bunch of Golems. Viscerator's Insight the Retriever. Getting back a Candy Trail. Cast Ashnod's Altar. Now Origin of Metal Bending the Relic. Because if I pop it in response, they can Retriever back one of these. I guess if they have another Retriever in hand, they don't die. But I'm going to Ghostly Flicker, Muldrifter, and Relic here to dodge the Origin. And if they wanted to respond with anything, then I could still crack the Relic in response. We'll draw 2. Kill Ship is super late. But I guess okay to get rid of the Marauder or force the Retriever into the yard. They have a Candy Trail. Crack the Trail. Cram Session. They have another Origin of Metal Bending. That would be annoying. Airbending Lesson. I guess that does the job. Cast another Retriever. Airbend on the Relic. I guess we have no choice but to crack it. They have the combo on board, so they can make infinite Golems, infinite life, and we will die. They're going to start by sacking the barrels to kill the Muldrifter. Weird. I guess they can get... Oh, they wanted some artifact in the yard because they can get it back with the Retriever. Sure. The first one. Whatever. They make infinite guys, we'll lose. We can Deglamour, and this is where the Avenging Hunter and the Throne Guard are good, plus relics. If we can build up more than one relic, we'll be more okay. The Ghostly Flicker was good there. Kill Ship seemed necessary, although not great by the end. Boulder Branch is, I think, unnecessary. We want cards. I think we just had really bad draws there. I mean, Boulder or Bramble Worm for trample seems good if we can kind of like turbo it out. If we can go more aggro and actually get like turn 3, start slamming guys, like we'll be in a good spot, I think. But otherwise we might be in some trouble. I don't really know. I feel like the world maps are maybe not as relevant or not as good. Because like if we're going to play a long game anyway, we'll probably get Tron eventually. But we are talking about Trying to make it as fast as possible, but the world map just is not fast enough anyway. I don't know. I think we'll do that and cut a kill ship too. All right, we have so close. Honestly, we have these 3 pieces into like some big guys, but if we just don't draw another land, we're cooked. So we gotta mulligan that. I guess this one's okay. We have map, turn 2. I can brainstorm. I don't know. We'll keep it. It's pretty rough. I think to glamour we put away because it doesn't quite do what we needed to. Conduit pylons, another land drop, but it's not the one we want, so we'll get rid of it. Map. All right, we get Urza's Tower. We'll pass. Crack this for a mine, probably. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Mine. There's a staunch throne guard. I might as well just do the brainstorm now because I'm going to do it at some point so I can play a map. Okay, so I can put back Brambleworm. No, because we're going to have to shuffle, so I'm not going to be able to set up the Colossus. That's annoying. In which case, we're going to draw back only 1 card. Yeah, it still might be the Brambleworm, to be honest. Mine. Play a map. I guess hope they don't blow it up. It's more risky this way, but if I held it, then I would get less mana out of it next turn. Quite a bit, because next turn I can actually slam the Throne Guard. They searched for a forest, so that means they have natural Tron, probably, or they just don't have anything to do with just colorless mana. Although if they have a Deglammer or something for our map, that's going to be really annoying, if that's why they got green. Could be deciding whether to go for their own Tron or cut ours off. But they have theirs. They play Foundry, Mirror Retriever. We get a Deglammer. I mean, if they have the combo, we're just dead. I don't think I'm going to Deglammer right here. I think that's bad. So we're going to sack this for the power plant, and we're going to play the Throne Guard. And hope that they don't just have the combo, which would be a crazy hand to have all Tron and the entire combo. So if not, I think we're in a good spot with Monarch and double Deglammer. Although they could have a Deglammer or something for Throne Guard, and then they attack with the Retriever to take it. Cram Session. Zuko's Exile. Okay, so they do have a removal spell for this to take that. But I get to start slamming Colossus. It's not the worst thing ever. Little awkward because they get the Monarch for 2 turns here, and maybe longer, but I'll have Deglammers and stuff afterwards. Prism. Colossus. Cast a Kill Ship. Well, it gets rid of a chump blocker, I guess, although it gives them an Expedition map back. We'll station right away, play a forest, and pass. If we don't die right here, I think we're in a decent spot. Take back Monarch pretty easily. We have double removal spell to stop them from comboing. There's a Rumble. Finds Ashnod's Altar, so hopefully they don't have another Retriever. Expedition map. Crack it for a tower. No, a Haunted Fengraph. Okay. Play that. Crack it right away to get back the Retriever, which they could play, but okay. Well, we can hold up the Deglammers now, so we're not dead. Tower's not a bad draw, actually, because that lets us play Colossus and hold up only 1 Deglammer, which is a little risky. Let's just swing. They're going to chump. Take 7. We'll take the Monarch. I could just Prism, crack a Clue instead of Colossus. That way I get to hold up double Deglammer, but they didn't have the Retriever last turn. Plus they would need mana, but the Ashnod's kind of fixes that. I think I play it safe. Play Prism, play Candy Trail, Brainstorm, and Brambleworm. So that I can just have set up for the Colossus if we don't crack any more card draw. Or I can always just Brainstorm it back on top. Yeah, we'll keep them both. Crack this. We'll pass. Oh, right. Oh, so we have the Monarch. I forgot about that. Ashnod's Altar. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the Golem Foundry in response. They just wouldn't have made a Golem here. Could have been decent. Play another tower. Play a Retriever. So I could just get rid of the Ashnod's Altar. That means they can't sack this. I don't really know the best choice. I think I'm going to just... I guess I get rid of both of these, right? Yeah. Let's just Deglammer the Ashnod's Altar. And then before they get to the point where they can make 2 Golems, I'll Deglammer that as well. Fangren Marauder. Sure. Let's Brainstorm. Avenging Hunter. Relic's really good too. Guess we put back 8 mana. I mean, Initiative's probably better to have than the Brambleworm, to be honest. It's cheaper to play already, but I think we actually just want to cascade into that. Although then I can't draw a card with this Clue. That's fine though. They're going to get something back. It doesn't really matter. We'll attack with both. They're going to gain some life. Maybe I just don't attack on the ground until we have the Trampler. I don't know. It seems kind of crazy, but we'll give it a try. Just attack for 7 in the air. Colossus. Cascade into that Avenging Hunter. Search for another basic. Play that Relic of Progenitus. And pass the turn. Make a Golem. They have a Cram Session. Origin of Metal Bending to destroy the Relic, I guess. No, just the Colossus. So they can take the Monarch? Okay. I mean, they gain 5 from it, sure. But they got to attack and lose the Fangren Marauder. I guess it's Monarch and Initiative. It is pretty important, isn't it? I guess I should probably put the Retriever in the yard. I get something back from it. That's fine. We'll just block the Golem, I think. They gain some more life. I could have Deglamored, to be honest. Get rid of the Retriever, but I think it's much more important I just hold that up and don't die to combo. They play another Retriever, the Chump Blocker, crack our Clue, Ghostly Flicker. That's exactly what I was wanting. We can go into the initiative to trap them for extra damage, save our Relic like we did before. Just a lot of things. I think we start with a Muldrifter. Played Nurse's Tower. Let's attack. They get back Prism or something. I think it's fine. Let's just attack with everything. If they take it, it's 19, and then my Ghostly Flicker actually kills them because I can just trap them. So I'm trying to think if they have anything that stops that. I don't think so, so I'm gonna just do that now, I guess. Like, they don't have... Alright, we win. They didn't have the Fangren Marauder. If they did, I would never do that because they could just kill like one artifact, gain a bunch of life. But alright, we won that game. Let's try to take down the last one. Alright, we have Prism, Candy Trail, only one land. If I find just any random third land, I can Muldrifter as a divination. And we're on the draw, so I think we're going to keep. It's good enough, I think. It's not necessarily amazing, but they Candy Trail. Wheel Candy Trail. Ooh, Plant is great. So we're looking for Tower. Deglamor is probably too good to get rid of. Yeah, we'll keep the Deglamor, but we'll get rid of the Kill Ship. They got a Mine and a Prism. I also have a Power Plant Mine and now a Prism. Our boards are identical. They'll rumble looking for a tower. They don't find any land, in fact. Ooh, Krark-Clan Shaman is good to know about. Pretty interesting, because we do have some ground guys, quite a few, but like most of them are enormous. Unless they're doing Death Touch too, they're going to have to sack like 6 artifacts for it. Choose Golem Foundry. Play another Candy Trail. Colossus. So I think I'm playing Candy Trail and I'm sacking it here. So I could play the Candy Trail off from my hand. Scry, I'm looking for a power plant, or not a power plant, a tower, and then I would crack it. However, if I'm going to do that, I could just crack the Candy Trail on board, and if I luck into a tower, then I actually can play and crack this other Candy Trail. Whereas I'm doing everything else the same regardless. So I think it makes sense to just crack this. And there's a very low chance it works out perfectly, but if it did, it'd be really good. All right, not perfect, but we do find our tower for next turn, and I can set up so Kill Ship is a free cast off the Colossus. Okay, I will do that then. Seems good enough. They have a Cram Session for Origin of Metal Bending, Conduit Pylons, so we know most of their hand. Bin a Refractor. They could... Oh, and Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Okay, so we know the last 2 cards. Yeah, I was going to say they could Origin of Metal Bending to kill our Prism, which they did. Not actually that big of a deal. Well, it cuts us off green. I guess they could combo event at some point and we wouldn't have green. I think we just go aggro, play a Colossus into a Kill Ship, station right away, and now we have 14 damage. That's just under a 2-turn clock because they have Candy Trails to gain life, but I can play another Colossus in the meantime, so it should be about a 2-turn clock. They crack a map. They crack a map for a tower. Crack a Candy Trail. Might as well play their Golem Foundry. Brainstorm. If I get really greedy, I could Brainstorm, try to set this up, but I also need to hit an untapped land. Every land is untapped, so I just need to hit a land. I think I don't need to be that greedy because we just have pretty good... Well, the land was right there. That's okay, Expedition map. But I can attack for 14 in the next turn. I can attack for 21. Plus I have a Deglamor to get rid of 1 artifact blocker. They crack a Candy Trail. Now, theoretically, I could have gotten a little greedy here. Like, I'm not holding up Deglamor. Oh, I didn't have the green mana anyway because of the Prism gone, so probably didn't make any sense to do anything else, actually. So I don't think I got greedy after all. And they need a blocker, but it needs... I guess I don't have Deglamor up, so actually it could be anything. Oh, but map can find green source. Okay, so yeah, if it is a artifact blocker, I can Deglamor it. Even if they get like a Fangren Marauder or something, they don't really have enough. They do have the Krark, so that's a chump blocker that I can't get rid of. Do they have Death Touch? They have the Toxin. Okay. So they can wipe these two. Killship survives. I just didn't think this would be a deck where they would want to put together these two cards, but you know what? They got it, and it's going to keep them alive for a little bit. Still have a 3-turn clock, and they're at 1 card in hand, so I'm not too worried. Land. Let's just... I don't have green. Could get green from this, and then I could just play a Brambleworm. That's probably the thing that makes the most sense. Yeah, I could kind of dawdle, like Brainstorm, and I could use this to shuffle and all this stuff. But this just presents a next turn clock, so I think I just do that. Plus, even if they gain enough life to survive, then I have the Deglammer up for next turn. They have 1 card, they get to crack a clue. They sacked the Golem Foundry because they wanted the card, so they actually don't have, not that I'm seeing, they don't have an out to, oh, they have Eviscerator's Insight, so they can sack the clue here. Okay, so they could theoretically have the perfect 4 cards to combo. Seems tough, but there is Retriever, that's one of them. Deals 5 damage to any creature, so they could blow up their own Retriever if they need to get something back desperately enough, and they have no other sack outlet. Blue mana here. Double blue mana, just cast a Mirror Shell Crab. Okay, that's cool. I get to Deglammer that, so I'm not too worried. Let's just Brainstorm, Ghostly Flicker. I don't know, put these 2 back. It's got Ward 3, Swing. They don't have the mana for the barrels. I'm just trying to think of any way they could kill me here, or not kill me, not lose. Not seeing it, so I think I just Deglammer this and pay the ward. This tramples over for 14 total. All right, we take the match. All right, last round here, and all Brainstorms, only 1 land. Can't do it. This one's okay. A little awkward with our mana because we have no Tron lands currently, but I think we're going to get rid of 1 of those. Start with the Conduit Pylons. Prism's good, but it's not quite what we need. I think we'll keep it anyway. We're not getting to like a turbo Urza's Tron anyway. I don't know why I just called it Urza's Tron. We're not getting into a fast Tron anyway, so I might as well just get a good card along the way. The Prism here. I think I just play Prism. I could crack the map, but it doesn't really matter this early. I guess the only downside is if they have like Artifact Destruction right away, but that seems unlikely. Looks like monsters to me. Could be Ponza, which would be really bad, but Eldrazi Repurposer usually means just straight up monsters. They choose a Repurposer. We don't get a land here, so I will certainly search for one with the map. We'll pick out a mine, and then go searching for the next ones with the Candy Trail. Double Killship. Well, good against monsters, but we already have some big guys, and I'm looking for lands, so let's get rid of those both. They cast Chrysalis. We have a Colossus. So let's just Candy Trail. Try to find... Come on. We're just looking for lands here. Get rid of all of this. Crack a trail. We don't find a land drop of any kind. I mean, I feel like these are similar-ish decks, and we're just the even bigger version. So if we hit our land drops, I feel like we'll have no trouble. But yeah, we're not doing that right now. Sprawl on red, and they could do like a boarding party here maybe. Swing for 10. Yeah, we're like half dead anyway already. No, Avenging Hunter. That's also pretty bad. Swing for 3. Expedition Map. I guess we'll cast that. Crack it for a power plant. And then play a Relic of Progenitus. Maybe we can stabilize if we get lucky enough to top deck the tower. Because then we could Colossus into like a kill ship or something. Or just another guy. They scried from the Undercity. That's crazy. I feel like I'm so close to dead that the extra damage from the Forge and the Trap would be pretty good. But what do I know? Of course, they are Ponza. Thermokarst. Okay, well, I think we've lost. And yeah, now they turn up all the land destruction spells. So let's just go to the next game. They didn't even have land destruction until super late in the game, but it didn't matter. It was too late. I guess Monstrous Emergence can kill their guys from our hand, and Avenging Hunter seems decent. Boulder Branch, mid, although probably better than a Relic, which you can get rid of 2 of those. All right. I mean, against Ponza, we're destined to lose, so not confident we're going to win this one, but we'll give it our best shot. 1 land is not going to cut it ever, but especially here, I'd just prefer like 6 lands. Come on. I mean, I guess we'll keep this one. Get rid of our expensive cards. We have Mine, Candy Trail into... I guess we'll just keep a Pylons because it's a land drop. Arbor Elf. We'll play the pylons. World map. Sure. We'll draw that. And they have a Thermokarst. Expedition map. So we'll just play that and play both our maps, I guess. Maybe I should have just brainstormed with one of the mana, but if we don't lose a land here, we can correct this map for a land, and then maybe we'll be okay. Rumble. Can't get to Glamour. So big guy, medium guy, or land. Land it is. And they attack for 1, so no more Thermokarsts. Crack the expedition map. I guess we're supposed to pull out mine, since that's the one that's blown up. It's the least likely for us to find now. So I'll play that. I can brainstorm on the end step, and then world map, which is just all so slow. There's the hunter. We will brainstorm. I mean, I guess world map gets us there. So I'll play, or I'll put back island, ghostly flicker, and do I care to draw the ghostly flicker? Probably not. So in my upkeep, I'll crack our world map to search for power plant, and then I'll play another world map. We'll pass the turn, and I guess this is Tron. Next turn, on turn 6, but through 1 land destruction spell. It's not, I guess, the worst thing ever, but we'll see if they were just sandbagging more land destruction for when we really go for it. Also, we're just really close to dead. They, again, don't go for the forge, though, which is shocking to me. But, hey, maybe they just set up a really good boarding party because of it. Although they scratched 2 to the bottom, so maybe not. Well, there's the boarding party anyway. And they hit Mon Volley Acid Moss. Okay, well... Of course, we even draw the power plant. I am sorry, Urza's Tower, but there's no winning against Ponza as a Tron deck. Not if they actually draw their land destruction spells. Okay, well, this deck was pretty fun. I think Monster Tron is a pretty cool deck in general. Certainly the Tron deck that I prefer the most, because we just get to play big stompy guys. And honestly, Pinnacle Killship is pretty good. Dodges a good amount of removal at the beginning. Flying is really nice. Blows up just about anything. Cascade into it from a Colossus, which can then station it right away. Like, lots of synergy there. Really cool. We only saw the Bonder's Ornament a little bit, and didn't actually get to draw off of it, so that's a bit of a bummer for the new card, but we were only playing a 1 of. I thought about shoehorning in a few more. They did say I could make some changes to the deck, but I didn't want to spend someone else's deck tech as a way to experiment with a new unbanned card. I didn't really want to do that. So they already had one in here. I just left it. Brainstorm was decent. Obviously, it's a good card in general. It helped us find some of our lands and stuff, and it was something we could set up with the Colossus a little bit. Our mana was mostly fine. A couple times it was a little bit awkward, but I think most of the time we were able to find a Prism or a Conduit Pylons or an Island or something. Moldrifter was really good. I feel like most of the times we had it, we were already ahead, so it was kind of win more in those situations, but maybe there were some games where we didn't draw it where it would have been a really good card. And then Ghostly Flicker was a little awkward because every time we mulliganed, it felt like we had to just get rid of it. But it was very good. Against Ultratron, it was honestly integral at keeping our Relic alive through a destruction spell so that we didn't get comboed out. We still ended up losing that game, but like for the meantime, it was really good there. And I don't think we ended up being able to... We never drew like 4 cards off of it, but we were able to flicker for some life gain, for some cards, some mana, you know, different things like that. So I think this was cool. We didn't go up against any red where the Hydroblasts could be really good. And honestly, I really liked the Throne Guard and the Hunter in the sideboard for the decks that we did go up against. This felt very good against Food Pestilence. A little bit of a boon for the deck. I will say, World Map, I think, just feels terrible in this. I think maybe in the combo versions it could be a little bit better, but we really want to hit our curve of like playing 7 drops or 8 drops pretty quickly. And even if World Map makes it so we have like a turn 4 reliable Maelstrom Colossus, I feel like just 3 mana for this effect is so much. Obviously, Expedition Map is great for it, but I feel like maybe you just accept that this isn't going to work out and you put into maybe 2 more cantrips. If you still want ways to reliably find your lands, maybe 2 Preordains or Ponders or something could be okay. Or maybe you just go with like, you know, more Prisms, Mulldrifters or something like that. That might just be a personal preference. I haven't played it a ton, but I felt like the World Map felt really bad each time. Otherwise, I think the deck's pretty good. To be honest, I think the Boulder Branch Golem is good in the original version because it's mostly just a green, maybe a little bit of green-red deck, and so we need mostly colorless or green creatures or something like that. With blue here, I feel like there has got to be some other better creature than Boulder Branch Golem that we could play. Like, the life gain is still really good, but we already have that with with Brambleworm. This doesn't have enough power to crew this. I know it can be a 4-drop, but almost never do you actually want that to happen. So I don't know. I feel like blue opens up some more possibilities. Maybe we should just be running a couple other cards rather than these golems. Maybe there's some other 7-drop or something, but we also did win against elves, but we had a little bit of trouble in one of the games. It felt like maybe we could splash breath weapons or something in the sideboard. We have prisms, conduit pylons, and a bunch of ways to find the pylons. We also have a bountiful landscape, so we could even put like a mountain in the sideboard if we really wanted to. Or maybe we just increase the number of like Bonder's ornaments and prisms and stuff like that. Not exactly sure. Again, we did end up winning against elves, so maybe it's not something necessary at all. But it felt like in the situation where they kind of go faster than you, start on the play, we need some way to really catch up there. I think that's the majority of my thoughts, but thank you again, Urza's Tower, for the deck donation. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. And thanks to my monthly supporters. If you want to support me on a monthly basis, you can do so at the Metafy link down below, or you can join my YouTube memberships, which allows you to see videos early. Thanks to my current $10 and up supporters, Howard Granger, JDNPX, Halkaz, Cody Cowell, DJ Vinyl, In Buns We Bust, Brotaku BC, Mr. Soleo, and Paladillin C. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all next time.